The smell of warm donuts is in the air.
In today's episode, as you can see, we are going to be making the most amazing donuts, as they are really nice, they are fluffy, they are super soft inside. I can guarantee you that if you try this recipe, it will be a complete success.
You are only 1 hour away from enjoying delicious homemade donuts.
So let's get into making our delicious donut recipe. To begin making our donuts, we have lukewarm water, and I will leave the recipe in the description box. We're adding 3/4 tablespoon of yeast and a little bit of sugar. Give it a mix, and we're gonna allow the yeast to bloom for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, our yeast is alive. We're gonna add the rest of our sugar, 1 egg yolk, and 1 egg. I am also gonna add my flour to this. This is bread flour, which gives you the best donuts. Whenever you are using salt, you want to make sure that you add the salt after the yeast has been activated. It gives you the best rise. And I'm going to mix it with a spoon because it's a very sticky dough. We're going to mix this to the 3rd stage of dough development, and we're not going to add the butter as yet. I'm going to now turn it off on the countertop. Get everything out. This is where I'm going to get my hands very dirty. So we have some unsalted butter, softened butter, and I'm just going to distribute it throughout the dough. We're going to knead this in by hand, and this is a similar method to brioche. I'm going to break up all the butter in the flour, and we're going to mix it until it's nice and smooth to the 3rd stage of dough development. But I am not going to use any flour to mix this. I'm going to mix it until the gluten has completely formed.
You can mix the dough in a bowl, you can use a stand mixer, or you can use a bread maker to make this. And this is the 2nd stage of dough development. At the 3rd stage, it should stretch out just like this, and this is when you know that the gluten has completely formed. It should stretch and stretch without tearing. I'm going to butter my hand to make it more pliable and more easier to work with. Roll it into a nice ball. When it gets to the 3rd stage, it's going to be flawless and very smooth. So we're going to put this in a bowl, and we're going to allow it to rise for about 40 minutes. Cover it up with a plastic wrap, or you can use a kitchen towel. After 40 minutes, we have a really beautiful rise, and it's very, very smooth. You should see some air bubbles just poking out there, and we're going to deflate it, and we're going to get rid of all the air bubbles inside. Place it back on the countertop, and at this stage you want to roll it into a ball to make sure that you get all these air bubbles out. And we're going to use a little bit of flour at this stage, not a lot. To make our donut rounds, we are using 2 cookie cutters, a very small one, and I'm using the largest cookie cutter that I have. You can do this with any other method of your choice. Roll the dough out to about 1/2 inch in thickness, but you want to do this on a lightly dusted surface and move your dough around so that it does not stick to the counter. And we're going to use our cookie cutters to create these beautiful donuts. Don't mind if they come out looking rough or anything of that sort. it really won't matter in the end. And if you don't like the shape that you get, simply use your fingers, and it's an easy. Try to minimize the amount of times you have to re-roll the dough by getting the most out of the first time, because it can get a little bit tough. I'm putting these on parchment paper and allow them to rise individually for another 30 minutes.
Our donuts are ready and we have a nice pot of hot oil. I'm going to place these over on my spoon, slotted spoon, and then I'm going to place them in the oil. You can also place them in directly on the parchment paper and you can raise them up inside the oil. As they are in the oil, they are going to expand, and that's why you don't want to overcrowd the pot. So now we're going to flip them over, and you want to flip them after about 3 minutes.
You don't have to make these with a hole in the center. You can just make them circle and you can fill them or inject them with some strawberry jam or some cherry jam.
And now we're going to take them out.
As you are removing them from the oil, you want to ensure that you have a tray with some paper towels lined on the side so that they can soak up all the oil. If you are enjoying the video so far, consider subscribing because it really helps the channel out and it keeps you in the loop for more content like this. For the icing, I have 2 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I am using a total of half cup of heavy whipping cream. You can also use evaporated milk or a very rich milk. You are going to begin mix it up, and if you find that it's too dry, you want to keep adding more cream or more milk to it. You can simply make one batch and divide it up and add different colors to it. For the chocolate, I am using a little bit of liquid chocolate to some of my icing, and this is a consistency that you want to do. It's supposed to be nice, flowy, thick, and rich. In goes the donuts, and I'm just going to spin them. These are dipped donuts. You don't have to dip the donuts. You can simply add some cinnamon sugar, or you could enjoy them plain. Once you have coated them, you want to give it a slight shake for the icing to settle. And I am dipping these in some chocolate sprinkles. Let me know in the comment section what is your favorite flavor donut. I love me some Boston cream and some chocolate sprinkles. The second dipped donuts, I am going to be using a little bit of coconut and dip them in. These are unsweetened coconut because it soaks in really well with the icing. There you have it. I'm going to dip this one again in the white icing. And I am going to do a little bit of a design here. So we're going to put it on a plate. And I have some chocolate drizzle. I'm just going to drizzle it with the chocolate icing. And this is good. We're going to dip again. And this one is going to be a strawberry pink. We're going to allow this to dry. This one is going to be a little bit of a design. We're going to use pink. And we're going to give it a nice swirl. Kind of a candy cane swirl. So we're going to go forward and backward using a toothpick. This is such a simple design to do. We're going to let this one dry. Chocolate drizzle. And we're going to also do that same candy cane design. A nice swirl. Beautiful. We're going to allow this one to dry. We're going to turn the white into pink, dip it, and we're going to dip it in some coconut. As I said before, this is unsweetened coconut. I also like to use a little bit of cream cheese icing with coconut. Add some more red to make it into a nice tie-dye color. Give the plate a shake to distribute the coconut, and we're gonna dip. And here you have it.
Thank you for watching today's episode. Make sure you subscribe, share the video, help me to grow my YouTube channel by telling a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and see you in another one of my recipes.